Good day, everyone, and this is my report of the literature competencies in English K 12 curriculum. And for a simple introduction, recently in the basic curriculum, literature is taught in a part of language courses, except for explicitly literature oriented sessions on the famous novels, which are the Mitangere and El Filibusterismo. And today, literature should be thought as literature and not only as an example of excellent language. And let us proceed for the role of literature in the new K 12 curriculum. We have the grade 1 to 3 competencies. First, describe literary elements of the text, including characters, plot, specific events, problems, and solutions, and setting. So this competency encourages students to identify the what are the elements that has been used in the literature, and what's the plot, what happened in the literature, the problems, and the solutions. Next is describe characters, example, their traits, roles, and similarities within a literary selection. So the students uh, will describe what the characters and kung say roles sa mga characters in that specific story or literature, their similarities, and how to solve the conflict that they have into. And number three, make simple inferences about thoughts and feelings and reasons for events. So this skill promotes a deeper engagement with text, and as students practice um, reading between the lines, understand motivations and emotional responses, enhancing empathy and analytical skills. Now let us proceed to the junior high school. Florante at Laura de Nolimi and Nolimi Tangere and El Filibusterismo, and some novels included in the 1997 canon of Philippine literature are still going to be read in junior high school, grade 7 to grade 10, as their competencies matrix. For grade 7 to grade 10, for English list skills such as the following. So, as we all know that grade 7, it started in grade 7 to grade 10 that um, we tackled about these novels of Jose Rizal, which are the Noli Me Tangere and Filibusterismo. And these are the English list skills such as the following. Number one, identify dominant literary devices and figures of speech that add color and heighten meaning in the reading selection. So students are taught to recognize and appreciate the literary devices like figures of speech, like metaphors, similes, and any other things that is included in the literature, and also the enrich the text, fostering a deeper level of understanding of how language can convey complex ideas and emotions. Number two, use specific cohesive literary devices to construct basic literary and expository written discourse such as poetry, drama, fables, parables, myth, legends, personal essays, biographies, and vignettes. So this competency emphasizes that the application of literary techniques in students on writing. It enhances the skills, or it encourages the creativity of the students, and also the ability to express their ideas effectively across various genres. Is number two, number three. Ascertain the features of reading selection that clarify its adherence to or dismissal of the particular tradition of literary production. So, students learn to contextualize literature within its historical and cultural frameworks in that uh, in that specific literature that they have read, and understand how texts reflect or challenge literary traditions. Number 4, organize an independent and systematic approach to critiquing a reading selection. So, these skills promotes critical thinking and independent analysis, allowing students to evaluate literature thoughtfully and articulate the interpretations and critiques for those literature that the students have read. Okay, let us proceed. The last two competencies assume that literary history, literary theory, and literary criticisms will be taught in junior high. We have 2 semesters about that. First is the second semester of grade 11, a course called Contemporary Regional and Philippine Literature. So, this course focuses on the exploration of local literary works, encouraging students to appreciate and analyze the richness of the Philippines in especially in literature and its cultural significance. Second, we have in the first semester of grade 12 a similar course called Contemporary World Literature has been proposed, which would focus on the study of international literary texts originally written and or published during 21st century. So this course introduces the students to a globally literary text from the 21st century. So those literary that are in 21st century, broadening their perspective and also understanding of a diverse narratives and themes of contemporary literature. So let us proceed. We have here the 4 verifiable types of skills that the students must or should acquire. First is information, media, and technology skills. Now, the students learn to navigate and critically assess various forms of media, understanding how literature intersects with technology and information dissemination. Number 2, we have learning and innovation skills. The competency fosters creativity, and critical thinking of the students, encouraging the students to innovate and apply their literary knowledge in new contexts. Number 3, life and career skills. Literature education prepares students in a real world challenges by enhancing their analytical, critical thinking, communication, interpersonal skills, and many more skills that the students will or acquire in a literature courses. Number three, oh, number 4, effective communication skills. Uh, Through literature, students develop their communication, the ability to express their thoughts clearly and persuasively. They persuade the readers, and also both in writing and verbally, which is crucial for personal and professional success. So it is important for the students to enhance their communication through a literature. Okay, film and television shows, for example, which are major forms of media, all use literary techniques such as narrative, character, and theme. Also uses newspapers, narrative, particularly in feature articles and continuing news stories. So through a film or a television shows, we can the students can understand the literature, what is the plot, the what conflict has been done in the literature, and also it enables the students to think critically, to foreshadow or to expect what will happen in that film or television shows. us proceed. CHED requires that after 12 years of pre-university education, a student wishing to enter college should be able to, among others, first, analyze themes, structures, and elements of myths, traditional narratives, and classical contemporary literature. So, this requirement ensures that the students can critically think, or engage with a variety of literary forms. They can analyze the themes of a story or a literature, what are the structures, and understanding the cultural and historical context of that literature. For number two, read a poem with a proper pronunciation and appropriate emotion. So these skills emphasizes of oral interpretation in literature, helping students appreciate the musicality of emotion, depth of poetry. So let us continue for number three. Um, Recite at least 10 poems from memory. So memorization of fosters a deeper connection to the text that enhances the students' appreciation of language or rhythm in poetry. Number four, identify the characters, settings, theme, conflict, and type of work of fiction. So these fundamental skills ensure that students can analyze and discuss fiction comprehensively, laying the groundwork for more advanced literary analysis. And for number five, discuss literary devices such as point of view and symbolism used in a work of fiction. So, understanding literary devices allows students to engage the text on a deeper level of and enhancing their analytical thinking skills and appreciation for the craft of writing. Next, the importance of literature in the 21st century world. Literature is an endless part of education. Literature is important given that it's an observable fact that today's generation are becoming gradually spaced out from human interaction since iPhones, FaceTimes, and other social media had been out surging as a distant device for communicating. So let us proceed. The following have, in some way or the other, add insights on the importance of literature as human. Number one, sparks empathy and understanding. Reading a book allows you to immerse yourself in another person's dialogue experiences, fostering empathy and understanding. And also, uh, a literature allows us to understand what the authors want to express or what the person's um, experiences, fostering the empathy and understanding of the person's perspective on that literature. The connection helps relate to different cultures, societies, and historical periods, broadening your perspective beyond your own life. Number two, learn about past lives. So, as we all know, there are lots of literature that emphasizes what happened in the past. So, literature, it requires us to understand what happened in our world in the past and what happened, why this happened, why this there are uh, epics right now. And for example, the epic of Gilgamesh, that happened in the 2000 BC. Reading such ancient works provide valuable insights into the lives of historical figures and their era. So there are lots, of literature that that happened in our past, and pwede na to siya makuhaan og lessons and also mga insights, nga ato ang ma-apply in our generation karon. Next, literature role in society. Literature serves as a foundation for both recreation and human bonding, particularly during present times, which are dominated by technology-based interaction that naturally generate separation between people. So sa una, literature good, especially sa Philippines, nga they pass it orally. So there's a human bonding in that time, no? There's a bond in those times. And sa karon, since we are technology based, no, we interact in a digital. So there's mas less ang bond, no, sa different people. And also it makes easier to spread the literatures, no, the published books and any other literature, no, mas mapadali siya na maganap sa different countries. Importance of literature. Through literature, readers develop comprehension and compassion because they encounter numerous viewpoints. So it allows, the readers to develop their comprehension because in literature there are lots of viewpoints, daghan ng mga point of view, daghan ng mga genres, daghan ng mga themes, and also there are conflicts, no, and then some conflicts are not being solved, and some conflicts also na-solve siya sa mga literary works help us attain vital historical background information. So daghan mga literature nga it emphasizes the historical happenings, no, sa ato ang past. Okay, next. The K-12 curriculum places literature at the forefront of objectives to develop students through comprehensive learning experience. To separate treatment of literature as a disciplinary subject within the curriculum both develops linguistic ability and develops intellectual concepts together with emotional ability. So there are lots of benefits in literature courses, especially in the K-12 curriculum. It's because this curriculum enhances the students' critically think and develops their linguistic ability, their vocabulary. There are lots of new words that we're going to face in a different literature. And I think that's all. I hope you learned something. Thank you.